Okay, so comes with the foam cannon. It comes with the gun, obviously. It doesn't feel that cheesy either, to be honest, but it's definitely plasticky. It comes with this hose with extender. Looks like it has the quick connect. A turbo tip nozzle, which is what I'll use. And obviously, you have the washer itself, the machine itself, and a very long cable. So the machine itself has a very clear on and off switch. You can't even mistake that at all. Couldn't be more obvious. And then right here it has two different ports for a 40-degree and a turbo. This is where you plug the hose in, I believe. And this will be where you make it where it comes out. I will say, now that I have it in my hands, it feels like about 20 pounds maybe, 25 or 30. 35 at the absolute most, but it's probably about 20 pounds. I'm gonna find out right now. So it feels about the same in my hand to this 15-pound weight. That's with this dangling fro. So if I hold that up, it actually feels more like it's probably 8 to 10 pounds. And the fact I thought it was up to 20 or 30 tells you I need to work out. This goes in. You match it up. This part like this to go in. And then you just twist. I don't know which way. Uh-oh. Which way do you twist? Oh, you have to push in hard. You gotta use your muscles. And then now it's in tight. So I would suggest just using this all the time. I think this gives you more PSI but less GPMs. So with the water obviously off, you take your garden hose and it connects onto this end of the pressure washer. I do have it on there pretty tight, so it should be just fine. You don't turn the water on yet. So now that that's plugged in, I got the cord unraveled right here. It's electric, and you have to plug it into a wall outlet, but to plug it into the actual wall outlet itself, not an extension cord. So we're gonna do that. Okay, before you plug it in, you're supposed to actually plug in the hose and run it for 30 seconds. So I'm gonna do that. So you have your garden hose plugged in here. You take this hose, it doesn't matter which side, at least it shouldn't, and then you plug it in here. So you stick this metal part in like this, and I'm one-handed, so hold on. Okay, so you just push it in pretty hard there. Gotta use two hands. And then from there, looks like you just twist it. And you probably want to twist it on pretty tight, but not ridiculously tight. Okay. So now that's ready for this end to go into the gun. Same story when it comes to the gun. You just push in really hard, like that. And then you start twisting. So when it comes to the gun, you'll know it's on flush when it just looks like that. Perfect. Now we're ready to turn on the hose, and we just run it without any power for 30 seconds. This is only 1.2 gallons a minute, so I'd imagine you don't even need to turn the hose on all the way. I'm pretty sure garden hoses go up to 10 gallons per minute, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna turn it up all the way anyways, but I highly doubt you need to. And then we just pick up our gun and let it run for 30 seconds. So this is what it looks like with no power. You can see why it's only about 1 gallon per minute, 1.2 GPMs. It's clearly not letting all the water through. And I don't know when it's been 30 seconds, so I'm probably gonna go overkill. See, once it's doing that, that's a good thing. You want to get all that out. it'll probably still do that, but that's the reason why we're running it, is to get those little air bubbles out. Just for fun, I connected this while the power's still off, just to see what it looks like. Looks pretty weak. Obviously, the power's not even on. Now we go ahead and plug it in, and we must make sure the water's running. Obviously it is, but that's just a warning. It's important. So now it's plugged in. It feels like it's not all the way plugged in, but that shouldn't really matter. Now when I plugged it in, I did hear something, but we're gonna go ahead and just have it on the on position and see what happens. So on camera, that looks way different than in real life. That's very interesting. So that's with the turbo tip, but now I'm starting to think this is a 40-degree tip. So let's put that on, and we'll test the turbo tip later. To put this on, you just put it in, pull this back, and then push it in. It's hard to do with one hand. Bam. If you can pull on it kind of hard, it's fine. That means it's in. Now I have this dirty fence right here. We're gonna see how well it can clean it off. So obviously it did a pretty good job, the 40-degree tip, but as you can see, the deep stuff that's in there didn't come off, but obviously it looks way better than it did before. And this stuff is, well, once it's wet, it's easier to scrape off, but it's not like it would be easy to just scrub this off. So I'm gonna put on the turbo tip now and see how that changes things. So obviously the Greenworks pressure washer can do a pretty good job. This fence has been sitting here for years. It's been dirty for years, and it is cleaning this off pretty dang good. As you can see, for things that are really stuck up on there, it's not the best. It is only 1800 psi, so it's not really the best. It also only has a 1.1 gallon per minute flow rate, so that's not the best either. As you can see, there is a lot of marks that probably would have came off if it had more psi, but this is a cheap machine. It's not meant to be the most perfect cleaner in the whole world. It's not a gas powered, 2.8 gallon per minute, 3000 psi. That's not what it's advertised as. It's doing really good for what it's advertised as. So right here I decided to use the foam cannon. I just put a little bit of dish soap in and I watered it down, which is not how you're supposed to use it, but I just wanted to see how it would go. Then I noticed the water coming out was pretty strong, so I decided to try and actually pressure wash with the soap, just the cannon, and it actually didn't do a terrible job. Obviously that's not what it's for. Then I decided to put some Simple Green in, which is a great cleaner, and it still wasn't super foamy, and I was actually kind of disappointed. But the way it sprays it on, you can tell it sprays the soap on pretty well. You can see it's pretty strong if you look in the grass, but I'm still pretty disappointed. It's supposed to be a foam cannon, right?
Overall, I would have to say the Greenworks pressure washer is an amazing choice for people on a budget and who don't need the best of the best. And if you don't mind having to plug it into the outlet and you only have a few things you need cleaned that aren't too dirty, then this is a great option for you. I would definitely go ahead and get it.
So I left a link in the description to go get it on Amazon. It is an affiliate link, so it'll help me out, but it does not cost any extra to you. So go ahead and use the link down and go ahead and buy it if that's what you want to do. And yeah, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this little pressure washer.